Jones Loflin.
Good morning. I'm Jones Loflin, and welcome to the CBT News Saturday morning sales meeting. Before you rush out and start making those sales today, I have a question for you. What's your sense of urgency to make it a successful day today? What's your sense of urgency? You might be thinking, well, of course, Jones, it's to go out and make sales. No, that's not what I ask you. What's your sense of urgency to go out and make those sales? Because you see, if you stop and think about it for a moment, in fact, research proves this out, we tend to be people of inaction versus action. We would rather maintain the status quo, to stay where we are, than actually do some things that take us outside our comfort zone or to take action. For example, if you knew that you were more likely to get the flu if you didn't get a flu shot than if you didn't get a flu shot, would you be willing to get the flu shot? Well, of course you would. If you knew that getting that shot was going to prevent you from getting the flu, you'd go do that. Well, research shows that. If you go out and get a flu shot, then you are less than 5% likely to actually get the flu. However, if you don't get a flu shot, you have a 10% likelihood of actually contracting the flu. Millions of people, certainly none of you, but millions of people don't go out and get a flu shot each year. Why? Because they have no sense of urgency. They might say, well, I might get the flu. Well, research doesn't prove that out. So I ask you again, what's your sense of urgency to go out and make today successful? And I would suggest there's probably three things. There's three factors that will will help you determine what your urgency is going to be on this day. First of all, you're thinking about what you might lose that's of value to you. Maybe it's not necessarily a customer or a sale, but just the opportunity to be out there and to be interacting with customers and people who might buy not now but later. But thinking about what you might lose that's of value to you. Maybe it's to get some people into your sales funnel that, again, may not make a sale. You may not make the sale today, but it gets them started on that process of eventually buying a vehicle from you. So first of all, it's thinking about what you might lose. Secondly, focus on what you might gain from this day. Sure, it's the sale of an automobile or a truck or a vehicle, but take it a little deeper than that. How about that sense of accomplishment that comes from knowing that you took this customer who, regardless of how much information they had gotten on the internet, that they came to you now and they trusted you enough to say, yes, we're going to invest thousands of dollars in this vehicle for myself, for our family, and we trust you to help us make the right decision. Wow. To me, that gives a huge sense of accomplishment and should give you a sense of urgency to go out and do your best in every interaction that you have today. The third source of a sense of urgency for you might be in getting a picture. If you think about it for a moment, we think in terms of pictures all the time. When you think about going to your favorite vacation spot, you don't say, oh, I'm going to my favorite vacation spot. You say, I'm going to my favorite vacation spot and I'm going to see, I'm going to hear, I'm going to be touching a golf club or being hanging out in the pool with my family. You get pictures that keep you motivated to make the long drive, to save the money for the vacation. In other words, you create a sense of urgency to do the things that make your day successful, your vacation successful. What's the picture for you right now as you sit there? Is it shaking the hand of that customer who says, thank you, I didn't think I could make this happen, but you helped me? Is it seeing that family who's been packing themselves into that old two-door car for about a year now, and they desperately needed a larger vehicle, and they didn't think they could make it happen, but you made it happen for them? That's a picture for you. Or maybe the picture for you is being able to sit down at home tonight and before you drift off to sleep because you're so tired, you stop and go, wow, I put everything I had into making this day successful and it paid off. And feeling yourself go, my stress is extremely low tonight. For me, that would give me a perfect sense of urgency to go out and put everything I had into this day and make it a good one. That's my hope for you.
This is the CBT News Saturday morning sales meeting.